There are some sacred verses that jump out of the text and speak to us of moments gone by when those verses in a personal way reached our heart and even made a change in our existence. Coming across the call given in this privileged moment to Zechariah when he was apart from mankind, one thinks about the way in which things happened in moments of intimacy in the past. It is not always noisy. Indeed, silence cushions grace far better than heavy decibels. The people were silent while Zechariah went apart and met the Lord face to face. That same angel that came to the Blessed Virgin came to him as well. There was a lot happening at that time in Israel in a short span of time. And we have this strange verse. You will be unable to speak, you will be dumb. Tachens eris. And it is a verse that changed the life of the young Thomas Merton when he was confused and wasn't sure what to do after his radical conversion. And this is the verse that led him to knock at the door of Gethsemane Abbey and become a Trappist. But it did not end there, for the good abbot further down the line, James Fox had an intuition of his gift and chose, against the style of the time in the Trappist order, to make use of it. And the result was that from the depths of silence, the quiet word reached many a receptive heart in many a land and in many a translation. But that word also hit me, as did others in similar contexts. At Aberystwyth, on the altar was a cloth which said, Magister ad est, et vocat te. The Master is at hand and calleth thee. And coming across that verse again sometimes in the Gospel of St. John, the word and the context rebound and the grace relives. We notice that before the tabernacle in a quiet church, one is more open and receptive than elsewhere, and a word can go a long way. Sometimes a word can also come from another person, and one regrets that one didn't listen at times. A word came one time at La Trappe in 1976. It was from a good Eastern Orthodox hermit priest who spoke Welsh, now since long gone to his reward, Father Barnabas, who in Welsh wrote a powerful letter from the depths of his hermitage in Powys, saying that if one was going into the Trappist life, it should be in Wales, and made a clear plea and case for going to Caldy rather than La Trappe. But when one is young, one knows better than those who have gone before us and have perhaps a little more experience, and one doesn't pay much attention to the years. Youth, said someone, is a blunder, and one does well to listen at times to the serene wisdom of white hair. But there are words also which come on a personal level without too much noise that can have a huge influence for good. Some years ago, good Bishop Smith, who still comes every month, regular as clockwork, calmly said as he was leaving, I wouldn't be in too much of a hurry to move if I were you. And those words can go a long way. The wisdom of sanctified ears and experience. And so we see that the words are not always noisy, but deep. Deep calls upon deep, and we need to be deeply receptive to pick up the gentle hints of our God. Adoremus in eternum sanctissimum sacramentum. Laudate Dominum omnes gentes, laudate eum omnes populi, quoniam confirmata est super nos misericordia eius, et veritas Domini manet in eternum. Gloria Patri et Filio et Spiritui Sancto, sicut erat in principio et nunc et semper, et in saecula saeculorum. Amen. Anonimus in eternum sanctissimum sacramentum.